So the PlayStation 5 announcement was today, and well, I just thought I'd do a small video going over everything that they showed. This is going to be a less serious, no script type of thing, and I might do a little bit of editing of the video, but other than that, I'm just gonna talk through it and see what, go over everything and give my thoughts. I'm just going to go through a list here of everything that they announced and just start from the top and then, go all the way to the bottom. First up was Horizon 2 Forbidden West. I didn't actually play the first Horizon game. It's not really the type of thing that I think that I would be that interested in. I did see that it's really highly recommended, though, so I might give that a try at some point. The trailer was at least nice. I don't really remember them showing that much gameplay. Next was Marvel's Spider-Man 2 Miles Morales. If this is anything like the last Spider-Man game, it'll probably be really nice. I mean, obviously the big thing here is that they're going to Spider-Man is now Miles Morales instead of Peter Parker, and that's going to be basically everything. It was just a cinematic trailer, so nothing really. They didn't show any gameplay that I remember, so there was nothing to that. Resident Evil 8 Village, that looked interesting. They didn't really show any gameplay, but they showed that Chris Redfield is kind of a bad guy now. The Village stuff is obviously Resident Evil 4-esque inspired, so that could be really interesting. I'll probably be looking forward to that one. Not only that, but I'll probably review it at some point too. I really liked 7. Gran Turismo 7. I like racing games, but I've never been the type of person who played Gran Turismo. I was more of a Burnout fan. I like car combat, not really just the racing part. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, one of the best trailers that they actually showed. Man, that actually looked cool. That looked like gameplay. That was really nice. I guess it kind of reminded me of the old Ratchet & Clank games. It seemed to have more like shooty stuff focus, and different uses out of your equipment, which was pretty cool. Next up was Demon's Souls remake. Now that I read just a little while ago that they're going to be doing a thing where it's like, oh, okay, you've got 2 settings, one that focuses on fidelity and one that focuses on frame rate. That's really strange. I'm not really sure why they would do that and not just focus on frame rate all the time, but okay, sure. I'll definitely look into that. Deathloop was really cool. Deathloop was this game where the main character is stuck on an island and he's trying to kill 3 different people, and his day just keeps looping every time he dies. I think there's going to be a lot of games like that ever since Dark Souls came out, so that's going to be kind of that thing that everybody's going to be doing. It was nice though. They showed that it's like dueling assassins on an island, and that was all right. That was probably one of the more interesting things that we saw. Not only that, but it had an interesting art style, I think. It had some really nice colors. NBA 2K21. I'll probably play NBA 2K21, but I mean, like, I'll wait until somebody else buys it, and that'll be it. That's pretty much it. GTA Online is now free for PlayStation 5 owners. Well, that was cool. Weird thing was that this is going to be Grand Theft Auto 5, again, buy it for the 3rd time edition, I don't know why they would do that. I don't know. I guess they don't want to make GTA 6 yet. That's got to be it. I have no idea. Sackboy: A Big Adventure. This is going to be another game from, Little Big Planet. And I feel like people who like designing stuff in Little Big Planet are going to have a lot of fun with this. I don't know if you can actually design stuff in this one, though. If you can, it looks pretty cool. But other than that, it kind of looks like it's just going to be a platformer, just like a co-op 3D platformer, which that could be nice, I guess, if, the levels are done well and it feels good to control. Other than that, I mean, there's not really much to say. Hitman 3 coming in January 2021. That's pretty awesome. I really liked Hitman 2. Really, honestly, if it's just more Hitman 2, then I'll be fine with that. I'm just fine with more Hitman. That sounds great. And if they can make it a better game than 2, then good on them. I guess that's That's gonna be hard though. Hitman 2 was really, really smooth. It'll probably be more of the same though, if I had to guess. Here's an interesting one that came up, Ghostwire Tokyo. It was really cool. It was like fighting yokai in Japan inside of Tokyo, and it's implied that you're the main character, the only one who can see all the yokai, and you gotta save Tokyo from these things, but I didn't really like the combat, really. It was just kind of, it looked like Skyrim. I don't know, it looked like a Bethesda game. It was this first-person spell-based combat. It reminded me a lot of spellcasting in Skyrim. I guess depending on how the controls are, it'll probably be a lot of fun, but other than that, it looks cool, and I'm gonna need more convincing though. It looks kind of cool. Godfall. Oh, Godfall. I don't know what this is. It's some melee action third-person game that looks like they're copying God of War for the PS4. It looks like they're really copying God of War for the PS4. I don't know, just the shield combat really just put that in perspective for me. I was like, okay, it's the exact same combat. It looks like the combat's gonna be too slow for me to actually have any interest. I didn't really like God of War on the PS4 that much, even though apparently it was rated really high. Pragmata from Capcom. That was strange. It was just a cinematic trailer with an astronaut and a little girl, and that was pretty much it. There was a release date for 2022, but there wasn't anything else to it. It reminded me a lot of a Kojima trailer, honestly. It was all over the place. Astro's Playroom. Now that was really interesting, though I don't think that it's like the most original idea or anything. It does kind of look like Mario Sunshine. It reminded me of Mario Sunshine a lot, even from the design of the levels. Looked like they took a lot of inspiration from it. It's a sequel to Astrobot, which I never played, but if it's anything like Sunshine, I'll definitely play it, and I'll probably like it a lot. Oddworld Soulstorm, we're getting another Abe's Odyssey game. That's pretty cool. Though the downside really is that it looks just like every other Oddworld game. That's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just that it's not really anything new. It looks pretty, but it's just Oddworld again, and not Munch's Legacy or whatever that game was that focused on Munch. Returnal, which was this something about astronauts this year, I guess. This woman returning to this planet and having a Dark Souls-esque, every time she dies, she comes back, and the world's changing, and she's got to learn about the world, and that's gonna be the story, but it looks like a third-person shooter. It's gonna really depend on the movement for this one and how the game plays. It looks interesting. I like the horror design of everything, how scary everything looks. That's really cool. Just it doesn't look that original aside from the art design, and that's pretty much it for that one. Destruction All-Stars. It is Fortnite meets Rocket League. It's just Fortnite meets Rocket League. It looks really, really try hard, and the music was really, really obnoxious. I'm not saying it's gonna be bad. It'll probably be a lot of fun because it'll have only focus on the gameplay, but I don't know. That was a really, really obnoxious trailer with bright colors, and like it was trying to get the attention of a 9-year-old. Project Athia. Some new game from Square Enix that they didn't actually show anything about. It was just a woman bouncing around on platforms and above the clouds, and it said, it's gonna be her time or whatever, and there was nothing to it. It was just a cinematic trailer. Stray, coming in 2021, was actually kind of okay. It was this world where humans are gone and the world is ruled by robots, and you play as a stray cat in that world. It was a cinematic trailer. There wasn't any gameplay, so we can only, we can kind of just surmise whatever we want out of that. There's not really much to it. Kena Bridge of the Spirits was really cool. It's this 3D action adventure game, third person beat 'em up. Looked like it was going to be a lot of fun. It looks like some fast gameplay. some really, if it has really tight controls, that's going to be a lot of fun. You play this lead character as she fights through a forested area with helping out some little spirits, and kind of like in a Pikmin-esque fashion, I guess. It was a lot of fun looking. That'll probably be one of the ones that I'm actually looking forward to. Goodbye Volcano High is a movie? A cartoon? I don't know what this is. It looks like it's... I mean, they didn't show any... There's no gameplay to it. It was just this animated trailer that made it look like it was going to be a visual novel, but they never showed any visual novel gameplay, so I don't know what exactly they were trying to get across. I feel like they wanted to make a TV show, and for some reason they ended up making a video game. Jet the Far Shore was another nothing game, apparently coming out in 2020 though. It was something about spaceships and getting people off of a doomed planet or something. They didn't show any gameplay, just a whole bunch of spaceships and, you know, a countdown of some days. I don't know what that was. It was nothing. Solar Ash looked kind of cool. It's from the developer of Hyper Light Drifter. There was only a little bit of gameplay shown with a little bit of wall running. Other than that, it was just kind of, yet again, just showing off the art style. Took place in space. I don't know what else you can really say about that. If it has quick combat like Hyper Light Drifter, it'll be interesting. The big thing here was that I guess it was in 3D instead of in 2D, and that's nice and everything, but there wasn't really any game shown. Little Devil Inside was actually kind of interesting. This 3D action-adventure game where you seem to be fighting off all of these cartoonish monsters as a young boy man with like a sword and a gun shield. That one looked kind of cool. I would actually see myself playing that if that goes really well. I liked the idea. The gameplay looked cool. The art style was kind of whatever. It's not really my favorite, but it doesn't look bad. Weird thing for me was they kept switching back from the main guy that you play to this old man walking through town, and I kept thinking everything they showed with the old man just looked really boring, and like hold left to go. That was pretty much it. That looked really, really boring. I don't know what else. I don't know what else that was supposed to show, but that was it. Bug Snacks. That looked kind of interesting. It's from the developer of Octodad. That was kind of strange. There wasn't really much gameplay shown, and what there was kind of like, it reminded me of Viva Pinata, I guess. Concept looks cool. I don't know what the concept is. It's a whole bunch of furry animal people and a strawberry with eyes walking around. It's like there's a whole bunch of... It's one of those everything is alive type of games. I'm not really sure what they're going to end up having you do, though. I can't tell if it's a rancher game or if it's platformer or anything like that. They just showed off some character designs, and that's really it. Lastly on the list is they showed off the PlayStation 5 console design, which is getting made fun of for looking like Seto Kaiba. That design really worries me. I don't know if they're going to be doing that design and allowing you to put it on its side. Every time they showed it, it was straight up and down, and it doesn't look like it's flat on either side, so I don't know if you're going to be able to actually lay it down, and you might always have to stand it up. They had a normal edition and then a digital edition, which means that it doesn't have a disc player. So I'm guessing that just means that they expect you to have all of your games digitally. That's cool. I don't know if that's a negative thing. But you can get all of your games digitally now, so I don't see why it would be that big of a deal. Altogether, to wrap it up though, the PlayStation... Man, the PS5 show was really bad. That was a really boring show with almost no video game gameplay shown. It was just kind of whatever. I don't know. I could not get into it. I would give it a 4 out of 10, maybe a 3. It was an awful showcase of almost nothing. The only couple of things that they showed that actually showed gameplay looked okay, but man, they really dropped the ball on this one. So yeah, I'm gonna give the PlayStation 5 reveal a 4, maybe a 3 out of 10. It's closer to a 4 than a 3. Alright, that's it. I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of stuff, let me know in the comments. Subscribe for more, that type of thing. Thanks a lot. See you next time.